Black Panther. No freaking idea why I did that. It just felt right. Not nearly enough black and purple in this movie, though. Am I colorblind? Black Panther. So weird. I don't know. So Black Panther is directed by Ryan Coogler and is written by Ryan Coogler and Joe Robert Cole. It stars Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, Denai Guerrera, and Martin Freeman. And welcome to my extremely late Black Panther review. I got a lot of catching up to do. Just saying. But let's get right into it with the darn characters. T'Challa himself is a fairly likable superhero, but I don't think that this movie is really a superhero movie. I think it's more of a king's tale. After the events of Civil War, where there's the bombing in Austria, spoiler alert, and his father is killed, now T'Challa is going to be the new king, and he must do this challenge thingamajig, and if someone challenges him to take over the throne, then whoever wins is the new king. In a nutshell, Michael B. Jordan's character, Warmonger, comes forward and challenges him for the throne, and now we've got our movie. Leaving out a couple of spoilers in there, but essentially that is what it is. And it's supposed to be a character piece about T'Challa and how he is supposed to become that king that we need. You know, become the king. Become it. Not, you know, sit on a throne, but become it. He has to explore what's in the best interest of an entire civilization as well as with other civilizations. I have to give a lot of respect to the writers on this, and that is how they wrote Warmonger into the movie. I feel like because you can understand his perspectives just as much as you can understand T'Challa's perspectives, it actually kind of had a Civil War type feel, where either one you could go with. This makes Warmonger one of the more compelling villains of the MCU, which honestly isn't saying much. And the women in this movie are freaking bamps! The relationships between all the characters are okay. The ones that I have to point out are probably the relationship between T'Challa and his sister, T'Challa and his father, and T'Challa and Warmonger. Which, that's always good that, you know, your main protagonist is one of the more intriguing characters in the film. In the end, they captured the forgiving and zealously righteous Black Panther that I came to love in Civil War. Also, the women of Wakanda kick some serious. The acting is fine. Alright, now, on to Forrest Whitaker. I don't get it. Can someone please tell me why he is this legendary actor? Woo! From Species to Arrival to Rogue One to here. Please tell me why? I have yet to see anything spectacular from him, and frankly, it drives me up the flippin' wall when everybody loses their flippin' pants because he's gonna be in their most anticipated movie. Is he an acquired taste? I suppose. A legend? Ha! The dialogue. The dialogue is fun, but did anyone catch how infantilely dumb it sounded? Those lines at the beginning of the movie in the apartment scene? Get on your knees. Huh? Get on your knees. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to speak up. I said get on your knees. Is that your real voice? Yep. That can't be a real voice. Get on your knees. Okay. Threw me off a bit, but other than that, I didn't have any issues with the dialogue. The story! You know, I'm finding it really hard to understand how and why Black Panther is suddenly the king of superheroes. To me, the first and second act are kind of boring, and the third act is disjointed and muddled by conflicting tones. I'm not going to spoil this, just pay attention to what our protagonist and our antagonist are trying to accomplish in comparison to what actually ends up happening. I don't know, maybe I need to watch this movie again. I mean, this is why the rating system, the list, is helpful, is because, you know, as you watch a movie multiple times, then I can change my opinion and you can see actually what I personally think and feel about a movie visually right there. I had to watch Interstellar like 5 times in order to weed out whether the ending was lazy writing or if it was a misunderstood and competent conclusion. Predictability! Now I can give the movie some credit in this department because there are certain setups that are both intriguing and somewhat unexpected. But would I say that this movie is unpredictable? No. More in that MCU fashion where it somewhat succeeded superficially. The morale of This film is probably the highlight of the movie. A lot of messages communicating how to be a good leader and a righteous one without being naive. I just really liked that defining moment of Black Panther where he forgives the bad guy and his claws go. That Black Panther that we learned to love in Civil War is very apparent in this movie. I say Black Panther is a great example of kind fury. I'm gonna help you. So hot. A forgiving and proper leader, good job. However, all of this is confined to the third act, which I normally would be okay with, but I found the bulk of this movie to be bland, boring, and lacking in fiber entering the third act. Honestly, I found this movie to be completely overhyped, and although I did like it, I'm going to put it at number 197. Funny, I should end this on a positive note, but this is going to sound like a negative note, but it is a positive note in a negative way. Everybody knows that a positive and a negative equals a positive. But I find all of the MCU movies to be good movies. And that's a problem for me. I love going into a movie not expecting at all what's going to happen. Not only that, but I love going into a movie not expecting at all how I'm going to feel about it. And so there's somewhat of a mystery and an excitement on whether or not I hate the film or I love the film. There is just an adrenaline from it. An MCU movie is kind of like going on your favorite roller coaster over and over and over and over again. You know, it gets a little less fun every time, but it is still fun. Frankly, Black Panther is one of my least favorite MCU movies out there, but that's not saying very much because I do think that most all MCU movies are at least good. But the most important thing is if you should see Black Panther. It's an MCU movie. It's a good family fun watch. I don't think you need to see it now. Okay, don't become a part of the fad, you know, like where if you haven't seen Black Panther, then you're not a person. Watch Black Panther eventually. And tell me what you thought about it below, because I absolutely care to know. And to get more face explodingly awesome reviews from yours truly, then definitely go ahead and hit that daggum subscribe button, or maybe it's over there. I don't know. Frickin' YouTube. Always changing everything. Anyways, do all that stuff that I just said, and I will see you next time on MovieSlayer. Boom, 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 boom.